Hello, welcome to yoga. Today we are going to use a strap and we're going to play around with hamstrings and quads, and we're looking to lengthen through the lower body. That's what we're going to do today. All right, should we get started? We're going to start laying down. You're going to want a strap nearby, okay? So just getting yourself laying on the mat. Thinking here about just finding that space that you are in. So taking the arms above the head, reaching up, stretching through the right side, really reaching through the right fingertips, pushing down through the right toes. And then moving through the left side, just taking your time as you pulse through one side and then the other. And then just allowing yourself just to taking those lovely breaths. So starting to lengthen the breath, thinking about the inhales and the exhales, starting to focus in on that lovely equal breathing, filling the lungs, exhaling fully, and noticing just the effect that that has on you. So starting to feel the heaviness that's kind of going through the body. Maybe noticing that you're actively starting to relax. So allowing your mind to empty, allowing yourself to get to the point where you are just ready to focus in on yourself, on the movement and how it makes you feel. So in this position, I would invite you to just take your hands to your tummy and your chest if you like to have something physical to breathe into. If you're not all that fussed by that, then you can just keep the hands down by the side of you. Or if you're feeling really tight through the chest and through the shoulders, then maybe take the arms out into a cactus arms, just allowing that openness to start to really move through the shoulders. So lots of different options for you here. And we're going to simply start with our even breathing, going in for 4, out for 4, in for 5, out for 5, in for 6, out for 6, and then we'll come all the way back down. If my breath pattern doesn't match yours, then do your own. All right then, so let's begin. Let's take an inhale for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just now noticing the heaviness of the body on the mat, noticing the length of the breath that you're now sat with. Using this as an opportunity to set yourself an intention for the practice today, or maybe just sitting here for a moment, visualizing the body, the breath. Just taking a moment. And then when you're ready, let's take the knees up just so they're stacked over the top of the hips. We're going to take the arms just behind you so that you can allow some space through the shoulders. We want to find the core here. So just push down the lower back into the mat. Activate that core. We're not even moving, okay? That's how gentle we're going to be with the body. So lower back pushes down, thinking here about that core engagement. As an opportunity, engage those pelvic floor muscles as well. You know, the ones that we really should be doing, but we sometimes forget. Let's do that too. Taking a moment here. And then we're just going to tap the right toes down and lift, and the left toes down and lift. And then just work through one side and then the other. Check in with those pelvic floor muscles. Check in with that core. If you notice that you're forgetting to do it or it just feels a little bit challenging, then stop, reset, and then go back to where you were, okay? There's no rush, you're all right. Okay, we're going to take another 4 more. So that's 2 more on each side. And then your last one. From here, draw the knees in towards you, just releasing any tension that might be gathering through the core. Take a moment maybe to rock from side to side. Allow the core just to release. And then find yourself into a happy baby. Take the outside of the feet, draw those knees in towards the armpits. Think about the length of the spine touching down on the mat. Draw the shoulders back and down so we have this lovely openness through the chest. Taking some really nice slow breaths with the inhales, feeling the belly lift between the thighs. The exhale, finding that heaviness through the body and that openness through the chest. Okay, coming back, bringing those knees back together and then keeping those knees stacked over the tops of the hips again. We're just going to play around. Like I say, play around. We're just going to be moving through the core but into the hamstrings as well. So we're going to extend the left leg away and we're going to extend that right leg towards the ceiling. And we're just going to draw the chin towards the knee. Take the hands behind that right leg, just lengthening through the hamstring, and then switch up. Lengthen the right leg, draw the left leg in. So you can get as much or as little out of this as you want. If the head is down, you'll find that your core doesn't have to work all that hard. If you want to work a little bit harder into the core, then just bring the head off of the mat and just moving through one side and then the other. Drawing the knee in towards you, finding that stretch through the hamstring of each leg. Okay, I'm going to take another 5 of these. Nice and slowly. And then pausing there, bring the feet up towards the ceiling, take the head back down, and then draw those knees in. Hug yourself together. Maybe a little bit of a rock from side to side. Feels nice. Okay, and then taking those knees over the top of those hips again. Okay, from here, just bringing the head lifting again. We're just going to keep the hands high, lifting up through the fingertips towards the ceiling. And we're just going to extend the right leg, bring it back in, left leg extends, bring it back in. We're only going to go for another 4 of these on each side. So here we go. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one, and 8. Head comes back down. Draw those knees in towards you. Little circles on the lower back, releasing any tension that might have gathered. And then take it in the other direction. Okay. From here, extend that right leg away. We're going to take that left knee in towards the chest. Draw that knee in and then allow the shoulders to move back and down. Find that nice little pinch into the hips. Just skip past the ribs, push through both heels. Allow the body just to relax. Appreciating the fact we're not working into the core. Releasing that off. Take the right hand to the outside of that left knee. Draw it across the body over towards the right side. Find that nice stretch into the glutes on that left side. And then extend that left arm away and gaze over the left fingertips. If this feels a little tight, you can always move your block to that left knee to support it, just bringing the floor up to you. Props are always our friends. Notice the breath, keeping it in that lovely rhythm that you started at the beginning of class. Okay, coming back. From here, we're going to extend that left leg up towards the ceiling. And we're going to hook the foot with the strap. Okay, so you've got a mixture of things you can do here. If you're looking for a passive stretch through that left leg, then perfect. Hold on to that strap, bring those elbows in towards you and just push through the heel. Okay, so that is your passive stretch, and that is going to produce this lovely long length down the back of that left leg. But if you want to mix it up a little bit, we can then begin to work into the core and into the hip flexor by just simply releasing that strap ever so loosely and keeping that left leg lifted. You'll notice the difference between this active and passive stretch. Holding it there. And then when it's a little bit too much, just take hold of that strap again to kind of take that more passive stretch. No problem, both absolutely serve a purpose. Keep those shoulders back and down, keep that openness through the chest. And then if you're ready to, just releasing that strap again, just keeping that left leg lifted, lower back pushes down into the mat, finding that core strength. And then take hold of that strap again, noticing how much easier it is when we do that. Okay, left hand is going to take hold of the strap, the right arm is going to extend, open through the left side, just taking that left leg down and then lifting. We're going to go for 4 of these. Lower down and lift. Keep the hips level. If you need to use the right hand to push down on that right hip to keep it level, then do. And lift. Last one here. Let's open. And lift. Swap hands. Right hand's going to take the strap. Left arm comes away. Take that left leg over towards the right side. I like to take a little bend into the knee. So up to you, play around with it, see what feels good. Maybe taking that gaze over the left fingertips as well. Finding a really nice deep stretch into the outside of that left thigh and into the glutes. And then coming all the way back up. Releasing that strap, take the left leg high. And then from here, keep your hands on your hips. Find the bony parts of the hips so that we know that they're nice and level. And we're going to take the left leg down. It's going to tap and we're going to lift. It doesn't have to lift particularly high, but we want to find the strength through the hip flexor and the core. We're going to go for 10. So we've done 1. Here we go. For 2. For 3. For 4. For 5. For 6. For 7, 8, 9, and 10. Take that left leg up and then we can lower it down. Draw both knees in towards you. Just allow yourself to make little circles on the lower back, just releasing any tension that might have gathered. And then taking it in the other direction. Okay. And then here we go again on the other side. We're going to want our strap on the other side. Let's take that left leg long, draw that right knee up and in towards that right shoulder to start with. Start pushing through both heels. Keep the shoulders back and down. Find that openness through the chest. Okay, and then when you're ready, releasing off there, left hand to the outside of that right leg, draw it across the body. That right hand can extend if it feels good. Maybe the gaze comes over the right fingertips. Maybe you can use a block to bring the floor to you if you're struggling to keep your balance. Hanging out here. And then back to center. Okay, from here, let's take that right leg up towards the ceiling and hook that foot with the strap. Elbows come in towards the body. Start pushing through both heels. Just taking a moment here. Finding the heaviness in the leg, noticing just how heavy it is. It's all that strength. From here, lower back pushes down into the mat. Start to release that grip on the strap ever so lightly, just to find the strength that's working through the hip flexor and through the core. And then take hold of that strap again, just switching between our active and passive stretch. Let's go again, release that strap ever so slightly. See if we can keep that right leg lifted to the same position, knowing that we're not holding the strap this time. And then take that strap, releasing there. And then last one, just taking the grip just slightly looser, keeping that right leg lifted. Okay, and then that strap takes us back. Take the right hand, strap into the right hand, extend that left arm away. Start to open through that right side. Find that nice stretch down the inner right thigh. And then lift again. We're going to go for 4. If you need to keep that left hand on the hip to keep you anchored, then do. We're in for 2. Let's open for 3. And close it back off. And last one here for 4. And lift. This time swap the hands. Left hand takes the strap, right arm extends. Draw that right leg across the body. Take a bend into the knee if it feels good. That deep stretch into the glute on the right side. Okay. From here, starting to come back to our center. Remove the strap away from you. We're going to extend that right leg up towards the ceiling. We're just going to go for 10 heel taps, okay? So keeping those hands on the knobbly parts of the hips, let's take that right heel down and lift for 1 and lower, for 2 and lower, for 3 and lower, for 4 and lower, for 5 and lower, 6 and lower, 7 and lower, 8 and lower, 9 and lower, and 10 and lower. All right, draw both knees in towards you. Take them wide towards the shoulders and just allow yourself to make those nice little circles on the lower back. Taking it one way, then the other. Or at this point, making any other movements that you might need to in order to settle the body. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to rock and roll, mostly because it feels great. And then when you're ready, just cross those ankles, find yourself into a table. Okay, so you don't need that strap for now. Take the hands underneath the shoulders, take the knees underneath the hips. In your table, tuck those toes, engage the core, and just hover the knees. Okay, I'm going to pause here for a moment, just finding that strength through the core. So from here, thinking about really drawing that belly under. We're going to extend the right leg away. That left knee is still lifted. If it feels a little bit too much, you can take that left knee down. So we're going to push through that right heel. Okay, from here, take that right foot back in, keeping the knees hovered. Left leg is going to extend this time, keeping the hips nice and level still. Keep pushing through that left heel. That core is tucked under, nice and strong. And that left foot comes in, drop the knees, untuck the toes. From here, finding ourselves moving straight into a puppy pose. So walk those fingertips forward, sink the chest down. Take a moment just to allow that movement through the shoulders. Keeping the bottom stacked over the top of the knees. And then spider up through the right fingertips. Thread that left arm underneath, come to rest on top of that left shoulder, and then extend the right leg away. Breathing here. Pushing down through that right hand as you take that right knee back flat again if it's extended, and then switch out. Left hand comes down, right arm threads underneath, rest on top of that right shoulder. Spider up through the left fingertips, start to push through the fingertips to get that stretch through the shoulder. And then if you would like to extend that left leg away, then do. Pushing through the heel, keeping the hips nice and level. And then that left knee comes flat, walk that left hand in and push down. Find your table once again. All right, from here, let's tuck the toes, engage the core, hover the knees. We're gonna then extend the right leg and the left leg, find your plank. Gonna hold it here just for a moment. Starting to think here about drawing the kneecaps up towards the ceiling, squeezing the glutes, thinking about that core really being tight. And then from here, bend through the knees, send the chest back towards the thighs, and then send the bottom towards the ceiling, finding your down dog. Walk out those heels one at a time and take your time here. Really allow the length of down the back of the legs to really extend. Thinking about the sit bones moving up towards the ceiling. And then from here, find your resting down dog, so wherever you're happy. Take the right leg high and open the hips towards that right wall. Bring that right foot towards the bottom. We're going to find that quad stretch. Start to squeeze the glutes, push the hips forward. A little bit of core work. Right knee comes to right elbow, over to left elbow. Hold it there for 3, 2, and 1. Take it back to the right elbow. 3-legged dog. Okay, let's go again. Open the hips to the right side. Bring that right foot towards the bottom. Squeeze the glutes. And then make our way towards our core work. Right knee, right elbow, nice and high. To the left elbow, hold it there for 3, 2, 1. Right knee, right elbow, back to 3-legged dog. Take the right foot down. Let's switch out. Left leg's gonna lift, 3-legged dog. Open the hips to the left, drop the left foot down, squeeze the glutes. Okay, left knee's gonna come high on the left elbow to the right side. Hold it there for 3, 2, 1. Back to left side and 3-legged dog. Open the hips to the left side, drop that left knee down, foot down again towards the bottom. Find that quad stretch, find that groin stretch. Okay, here we go. Left knee, left elbow, nice and high. Right elbow, holding it there for 3, 2, 1. Left side, 3-legged dog. Left leg comes down. Pause there, take a breath. And then step, hop, or jump to the top of your mat. Take a nice deep bend through the knees. We want to find that length down the hamstrings, and we want to find that release into the lower back. So really tip your body over the top of those legs. Imagine that crown of the head reaching towards the floor. Chest rests on thighs. If you've got a block nearby, maybe you're super flexible, maybe you need a little bit of help, take that block down to the top of your mat. We're going to start to extend. Take the right hand down onto the block or the floor. Lengthen that left leg whilst bending the right. Begin to come into a twist. That left arm is going to lift. If you've got space for it, that left hand can come all the way behind you to touch the top of that right thigh, gazing up towards the ceiling or to the side wall, whatever feels good, rolling that left shoulder back. Start to think about pushing the bottom back. Find that really deep stretch right into the glutes, into the IT band on that left side. Okay, should we switch it out? From here, bring that left hand down to either to the floor or the block, and then begin to bend through the left side, lengthen through the right side. Take that right hand towards the ceiling, opening the chest out towards that right side. And then if you would like to wrap that right arm all the way behind you, then do. Pushing the bottom back towards that back wall, finding that deep stretch through the IT band, and into the glutes on the right side. Okay. And then beginning to unwind, bringing the hands back down. From here, just take a forward fold, just releasing for a moment. Take the hands to the shins, take a half lift, lengthen through the spine. Imagine that you are a beautiful table. Bring those shoulders back and down and create space through the, around the shoulders. And then take a forward fold. Micro bend through the knees, starting to come up through standing, taking your time here. The customary wiggle of the leggings. Don't know why. Okay, from here, we're going to play around a little bit with dancer. Okay, so you might want to strap if you need a strap if you struggle to reach your foot, or you might not. So we can play around with it. That right foot is going to be your base to start with. So start to just by lifting up those toes, spreading them and placing them down. Okay, that is your foundation. We want to make sure that's set. Focusing on something that's not going to move, whatever that might be. It's going to be really important. From here, we're just going to bring that left foot up towards the bottom. Use the strength of the hamstring and the glute and the quad to keep that left foot lifted. Look at that, no hands, okay? So noticing again just how heavy a leg can be. All right, everything we're going to be doing is forward facing. So engage the core so that we have strength and stability. Take the left hand to the foot. Okay, it's a bit easier now, isn't it? Start to push the foot into the hand. That might be enough for you. We've got this nice little back bend and we've got some a quad stretch going on and that really nice stretch through the hip flexor. If you want a little bit more, that right arm can lift. We don't want it to go lower than the jawline. So we're going to think about it lifting and staying up by the ear. If you want to go just a little bit more, start to push the foot into the hand, creating that nice little back bend. And then focusing in on something that's not going to move, begin to hinge from the hips, dropping the torso, lifting the left leg. Keep that left hip lowered down. If you start to open out towards the left wall, then we want to correct that. Keep the right arm lifted. Keep pushing the foot into the hand. And when you're ready, micro bend through that right knee to bring yourself back up to standing. Okay, move through the legs, get yourself back into a position where you're happy to have a go on the other side. Okay, so the left leg is our foundation now. Spread those toes, anchor them down. Okay, nice and strong. We're going to start by just simply lifting that right foot towards the bottom. That's going to be enough. Quads working hard, hamstrings working hard, and glute, and quad is working hard, okay? All right, so from here, remembering that right hand comes to the foot, we're focusing on something that's not going to move. Draw the core in so that you are secure. Roll that right shoulder back and down. Left arm comes alongside the ear. Again, focusing on something that's not going to move. Start to push that right foot into the hand. And then keeping the hips level, as level as we can, we're going to start to tip forward. Push that foot into the hand, begin to hinge from the hips. Lower down the torso as you lift through the right leg. Keep that right hip driving down. Holding here, keep control and focus. Keep breathing. And then micro bend through that left leg, come all the way back up to standing and release with control. Really, really nice. Okay. From here, bring the arms nice and high, reach up. Inhale as you begin to lift the chin towards the ceiling, create that small little back bend. And then take a forward fold here. Take your time as you forward fold. Once your hands are down, start to lift and pedal out through the heels, one at a time, releasing through that lower part of the body. And then we're going to take that left foot, step it all the way back. Turn the hips to the long edge of the mat. So we're now in this wide-legged pose. Literally couldn't remember, sorry. Okay, so we've got our feet parallel to the short edges of the mat, and we've got this lovely long spine. So the fingers are down, we're looking to lengthen through the neck, so take the gaze to the edge of the mat. Take that inhale, think about that length through the spine, and then as you exhale, think about swan diving forward. Imagine the length of the spine reaching all the way down to the center of your mat. Right hand is going to come down. We're going to lift through the left hand and twist towards the left side. If you have space and you want to wrap that left arm all the way around towards the top of that right thigh, then you can. And then unwind yourself. Walk your fingertips over to the right side. So both hands are now just somewhere near that right foot. Find that stretch down the left side body. And then coming back to your center. This time left hand stays down. And we're going to open towards the right side. Taking the gaze towards the ceiling if it feels good. And again, if it feels good, you can wrap that right arm behind you to touch the top of that left thigh, just opening through that right shoulder. Keep thinking about the sit bones moving towards the back of the room. Keep lengthening down the backs of those legs. And then unwinding, bringing the hands back. Walk the hands over towards the left-hand side. Sink that right shoulder down just a little bit to find that length through that right side body. And then hands back to center. We're going to move into that right knee. So start to bend into the right knee and then turn the toes on that left side up towards the ceiling. Right hand's going to come down and the left arm is going to lift. Opening the chest up towards the ceiling if it feels good. Maybe the gaze goes there too. Okay, from here, coming all the way back up and then sinking down into that left knee, toes on that right side come up, hand comes behind, and then begin to open that right side open. So the right arm's going to lift. Maybe the chest moves towards the ceiling, the gaze goes to. If you're not particularly stable because the heel is lifted, you could pop a block under that heel if you need some support. Okay, and then the hands are going to come down, bend into that right knee, bring yourself back up. From here, we're going to sink ourselves down into a goddess pose. So allowing the torso to be nice and straight, nice and long. The knees are going to be open. The feet are pointing diagonally to the corners of the mat. Taking yourself into your cactus arms, round. So taking yourself into your cactus arms, we're just going to drop the right elbow, lift through that left side. Back to where we started, drop that left elbow and lift through the right side. Back to where we started. Gosh, that feels hard. From here, take the hands down, just heel toe those feet in and sink yourself down into a squat. At this point, do as you please. So whether you want to just stay in a static squat or if you want to move through one side and the other, just do what feels good for your body. Okay, and then we're making our way towards the final Savasana. Everything that you have been working for is just about to come to you. So that's a nice thing to know. From here, safely take the bottom down. Oh, start to move into a place where you can rest comfortably for the next few minutes. So whether you need to pop a jumper on or remove that tickly piece of hair that might have been bothering you for some time, whatever it might be, just taking some time to settle in, finding your happy place. Okay, so today is going to be all about mental control. So I would like you to start to just settle down into your mat. Just beginning to take some slow, deep inhales and some complete exhales. Inhale and exhale. As you begin your awareness of your breath, just start to notice what thoughts might be going through your mind. What are you thinking about? Don't get caught up in your thoughts. Just notice them as they travel in across your mind and then leave again. Let them come and let them go. Continue to breathe in. Continue to breathe out. I will begin to describe some settings to you. Allow your mind to jump immediately from one to the other, from one setting to the next. Let your mind be free to travel. Don't become attached to just one thought or image. Let it go and just simply move on. We will begin. An ocean, a deep blue ocean. A beach with white sand, A seagull flying over the sand. Pelicans chasing the current over the waves crashing on the beach. A walled garden and lush green grass. Storm clouds. A cool breeze. There's a crack of thunder. The dark sky illuminated by lightning. There's a long dirt road stretching towards the horizon. A grove of olive trees. A farmer. A woman pulling water from a well. Children playing in the distance. There's a tall tree stretching up into the sky. The blue sky. Warm sun. Mountains in the distance, topped with snow. A farmhouse, some stables, some horses. A sunset. A flock of blackbirds in the sky. And the hoot of an owl. The sound of crickets. An old French porch with a swing. A glass of cool lemonade. Then a warm chair next to a fireplace. A grey cat curled up on a small rug. An old woman sipping tea, and a rose garden in full bloom. A robin with a worm in its beak. A hammock. White, fluffy clouds. Calm. Nothing but calm. Take a slow, deep inhale. Feel yourself grow longer on your mat and lighter too. When you exhale, sigh it all away. Feel the heaviness come over you. And then whilst you lay here, go back to that intention that you set at the beginning of class today. Revisit it, remember it, maybe hold it in your mind's eye and give it some time. Simply breathing in and simply breathing out. I hope that you can take this feeling of relaxation into whatever your day holds for you next. Beginning to awaken your body, your senses, moving through the toes, through the fingers, stretching through the body. And then when you're ready, slowly and carefully make your way back up to a seated position, and I will be there